All right. Well, hey, Innovate. Welcome to Let's Make a Deal with Drew and Jimmy. I'm Drew Sutton, as you know, and this is
Jimmy Newson.
Jimmy Newson. We're here to talk. How do you make a deal at a conference? So, Innovate's amazing. We put a huge amount of energy into bringing just the world class people that you can't meet, diamonds in the rough, people that are busy doing real stuff but don't get out there as much as they should, and to connect us all together. But it doesn't matter if we don't figure out how to actually make a deal happen. So, we're talking, it's probably about a 5-part series. What are different ways you can make a deal work so that everybody understands the verbiage and the language and the stakes at play, so we can get into a deal faster? If we all have the same language, I think we'll understand what each other is saying. So without further ado, I totally agree. And so when you're at an Innovate sort of a conference where
Yep.
everybody's a peer and you propose a partnership, like let's say that you have, we'll take your product. If I want to sell that, we're two peers having a conversation and I'm offering an audience, right? So you need to be careful not to come and subordinate me, because that's not how the relationship started. Now it may end up that way. That's fine. That's how relationships develop. But
Mm-hmm.
respecting the relationship and building a win-win for everybody is, I think, it's just something you have to keep in your foreground as you're thinking through. Okay, I have a like for instance, Jim has a software that he really likes, and he pushes, not inappropriately, but he pushes pretty hard, right? It's his thing. And actually, I like his software. I think it's an interesting social media software. But he says, "Hey, this is the values for you. This is where I think you would like it." And then he kind of stops and he lets you pick up the interest point. So, do you have any last minute thoughts on how you would propose a affiliate or vendor relationship with somebody you met at Innovate?
Yeah, I tend to tread lightly and take it slow, even though it might look like it's fast. We have, our affiliate program is pretty straightforward. You like the product, you recommend it, you get a percentage. That's it.
There you
It's
go.
cut and dry. And
Yeah.
that starts the relationship. Now, two things happen from my perspective. One, you just take it and you do whatever you do, and we never speak about it again. You just right. Two, I see you pushing tons of product and tons of sales. Well, I'm going to want to get on the call with you and
Hmm.
go, wow, this is exciting. What are you doing? And how can I reward you for being so incredible?
Hmm.
And now I'm thinking strategic partnership. I'm like, obviously, there's something about you that people are liking and they're buying my product because of it. I have to assume that you are doing something special. Maybe this is now another opportunity to now upgrade. Maybe get you on a webinar, get you on a workshop, and now maybe pay you, because I think it's worth our time to pay you, because without paying you, look at the results you're giving me. And that's a smart business owner that happens to own the product versus someone where I'm driving a lot of sales for someone. Then I reach out to their team and go, how can we work together? And they don't get it. That's like the worst case scenario, and it's a sad moment in business. you
Well,
know.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
want to I want to riff on that because what I run into it a large amount of times, especially in coaching. So I'll be coaching. Like I have a friend who does charisma coaching. Um, like how do you show up as the best version of yourself? Which, as an engineer, is not a base skill set of mine. And she's coached me some. She's like, "Hey, you should do this," and I take the notes, right?
Hmm.
Um, she is a perfect parallel skill set to what I teach. And so it's a natural affiliate relationship. So we talked, she said 10% affiliate. Sometimes people will be like 50% of the first paycheck and then that's it. Other people will be like 10% for life. Other people will be like 10% for the first year. Um, all of those are fine. You just price the model in so that it makes sense, right? But what I want to bring up is I run into a lot of folks, especially that are new to it, that are like offended. They're like, "What? Why would I can't push your product because then I know I'm getting paid for it." And this are people that are like professional money managers. A lot of people that are more corporate have a problem with this. And I just want to speak to the fact that if you are recommending a product and you're getting a kickback for it, there's nothing wrong with that. You need to be honest about that relationship if appropriate. But if you're legitimately saying, "Hey, SEMrush is the best tool for SEO and for spying on your competitors and getting a bead for what the market pulse is," that's a true statement. And if you get a commission for saying those words, that's fine. In fact, when you get really talented and you go up Mr. Beast level, that's you all you're getting paid is affiliates. That's big, but it's your integrity to choose to affiliate yourself with people that are worth affiliating for. So if you feel inauthentic about it, maybe you should think about who you're affiliating with. But it's not only completely natural, it's you went out, let's pretend that it's spices, right? You went out to the east. You rode on the camel herd, you found the perfect spice field, you bought all the spices they had, you brought the spices back. Now everybody in your community can have coriander for the very first time. You should get an affiliate commission for that. If it's a sales thing, you're just getting a sales commission. We could just call it an affiliate commission or a referral fee in a different context.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And again, one thing I didn't, now that you said that, I go, there could be a distinction between a product affiliate fee and a service based affiliate fee, which can be a little bit messier. Where
Right.
someone might want to recommend my services. That one is a trickier thing, and that's something that requires a lot more thought, because then there could be a situation where someone might feel like someone's poaching their clients, which is where I think some of that might come into play with some of these organizations, where they're not necessarily recommending an actual product. Like I'm demoing a product on a training and people go, oh, that's how you use it. And I get a kickback because, of course, I get an affiliate for mentioning that product versus, hey, I'm going to recommend you. And, oh, yes, I'll give you a 10% if they sign. And next thing you know, they ended up moving over to me because they even like my systems. Well, that could be an issue. That's not something we're going to touch on today. But
Right.
that could be a something that might stop people from wanting to do that type of an affiliate scenario. So it might be more of a contractual thing where, and again, I'm no lawyer, so tread carefully with those type of affiliate versus, and again, that's where the vendor scenario could come into play. You're offering a wholesale price then versus an affiliate price, so they still can't they can't go to you and get it for cheaper, so you're wholesaling it to the seller, so they can and so they can mark it up no higher than what you're already paying, what people can pay directly from you. So there's a lot of other things that could happen in that scenario.
Yeah, no, totally agree. I just want everybody to understand that if I propose or you propose or someone proposes to them an affiliate, there's nothing dirty about it. In fact, that's the natural way for consultants to share business with their favorite partners. It's the simplest in a lot of ways because let's just say it's a 10% commission on sales. There's not a lot of thinking in that, right? Like if I'm like, yes, this is worth it for me to give you a 10%, and then you like offer, and let's say it's a $100 thing. Well, it's $10. If it's a $100,000 thing, that's $10,000. Um, you didn't make the sale. I still had to make the sale, but I referred you, and that lead would have cost me a good amount of time to generate. And you've closed a lead and you've added trust to a lead cycle. Um, it's a natural, I'm just saying that affiliates are natural, normal ways for consultants to work together. And it's a pretty simple structure. Um, so it's think through it so that if somebody offers it to you, you're familiar with the nuance and you can either immediately say yes, or to the Jimmy, you already know if it's a no.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Um, Man, I love this. I got to jump off to this other call. Thanks, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, this is glad we were able to jump on and do this. This was amazing.
Awesome.